Hello everybody. So today's video is going to be about how to complete the Tommy Hilfiger logo on the page that you have set up based on yesterday's video or a previous video. Okay, so before we start, some students I know have been working with an A4 page, some students have been working with an A3 page. So I have attached a file in Google Classroom, which is a link to show you the Tommy Hilfiger logo and the measurements that are required to complete it. Now before I start, I'm going to show you a logo that was completed at a different date. Okay, so this is it here on an A3 page, which is twice the size of A4. As you can see, we still have our page border, we have our title box, name, title, it's just different here, and the date. And you can see that it's shaded in as well. So this is the logo that we're going to work on today. And this logo was based upon horizontal and vertical lines, all of which you have now used in drawing your page border. Okay? Now looking at this logo, you should be able to see that it's positioned in the middle of the page, okay, or close enough to the middle of the page. It's not all the way to the left, it's not all the way to the right. So it's kind of framed like you see a picture frame. It's always in the center of the page. So we need to make sure that we start our drawing correctly today. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do next. So I'm going to work with this A4 page today. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give everybody a starting point. So I'm going to tell you where I want you to position this bottom left point here on the page. Okay? So guys, what I'm going to get you to do next is to make a note of these measurements that I'm going to give you. Okay? So each measurement is taken from the page border, which is here, along here, at the bottom. Remember, we're not using the edge of this page anymore at all. Every measurement is taken from the page border now. Okay guys, so just make a note of this. You can pause the video and replay it when you've got done. If you're using an A4 page, we're going to measure in 20 millimeters and up 15. If you're using an A3 page, we're going to use these measurements in 75 and up 50. So guys, just make a note of that. Pause the video and you can replay it then when you're ready. So today I'm working with an A4 page, so I'm going to use these two dimensions here, in 20 millimeters and up 15. And this is for my starting point. Okay, so before we go any further, the equipment that you need to use today are your 4H and 2B pencil. You will need one of your set squares, and today I'm going to use this 60-30 set square. The reason I'm using that is because it has the longest edge of the two. Okay. Now there is quite a long measurement in this Tommy Hilfiger logo, so I want to use this long edge here, which has the measurements on it. Okay, so let me just zoom in down towards the bottom left of the page. Remember, those dimensions again are in 20 and up 15, or in 75 and up 50 for A3. Right. Okay, so zoom in down here a little bit. I'm working with an A4 page. I'm going to start with my 4H pencil and my set square. And I want to measure in 20 millimeters. So down here, somewhere around this area, I'm going to measure in 20 millimeters from the left-hand vertical line, which makes up the part of the border around the page. So in 20, and I'm going to put a tiny dot of 20, like that. And then I'm going to turn the set square around, and this time I want to measure up 15. Okay? So I'm just aligning the set square with this little mark here, which is in 20 millimeters from the left-hand side. And I want to measure up 15 now. And I'll put a dot there at 15 millimeters. Okay. So this dot, everybody, should be in 20 and up 15. Okay? Or thereabouts. So that's my starting point for the Tommy Hilfiger logo. Okay? And as I said to you earlier on there, the starting point is for the bottom left of the logo. And the reason I give you this starting point is just to make sure that this logo fits nicely on your page. That's all that's for. Okay? So now I have my starting point, and I'm ready to begin. Okay, so guys, the Tommy Hilfiger logo, let's just have another quick look at it. The Tommy Hilfiger logo is made up of a very simple plain figure. Plain means flat, and it's a rectangle. Okay? So we're going to draw this outline rectangle first. We're not going to worry about these lines in here at all. Let's just get the outline rectangle drawn first. Okay, so before I go any further, I have attached the file giving me the dimensions, but I'll just write them in here anyway for you. So guys, the length of this edge here, or the width of this rectangle, is 240 millimeters. Okay, so from here to here is 240, and then the height is 150. Okay, millimeters. So we need to draw a rectangle which is 240 wide, 150 high. Alright. I'm going to start off by using my 4H pencil. I'm going to keep all these lines nice and light. Okay, and I'll explain why I want to keep them nice and light as I progress. So remember from yesterday, we're going to use our T-square now to draw a horizontal line, and the horizontal line is going to start from the starting point. And remember, we'll go over here, always make sure the T-square is nice and snug here at the edge of your desk or your bench. Okay? So let's start. So guys, I know that this line needs to be 240 millimeters. I'm not going to worry about trying to figure that out here using the measurements on the ruler. Okay, because it doesn't start anywhere that's very useful for me. So with the 4H pencil, I'm going to draw a nice light line starting from the starting point that's going to go the whole way across the page. Okay, nice and light. I don't know what length that line is, I'm not too worried. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make that line the length I want it. And I know from the drawing that it should be 240 millimeters. So I'm going to take my set square, okay, I'll zoom in a little bit here, and I'm going to put 0 of my set square at the starting point here, so that's 0, and I'm going to come the whole way along this line that I've drawn to 240 millimeters, which is 24 centimeters, okay, and I'm going to put a little dot there. Now I know that the distance from here to there along that line is 240. So I'm happy with that. Alright, let's just zoom out a little bit. So I have a bottom horizontal line here that makes up the bottom line of the required rectangle. Now I know a rectangle needs 3 more sides, so I need a vertical line here and a vertical line here somewhere. The length of that vertical line is 150 millimeters. So again, I'm going to take the T-square, okay, making sure it's in the correct position. And I'm also going to take my set square and I'm going to lower that onto the T-square like that. Okay, or, you know, you could use it like this, either way, as long as you're creating this right angle in here, 90 degrees. So I'm just going to go this way because I think it's a little bit easier. So again, making sure the set square sits nice and snug down on your T-square like that, and also make sure your T-square hasn't moved either. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to slide the set square over here until this edge lines up with that dot. And again with my 4H pencil, I'm just going to draw a light line. I'm just going to go to the top of the page. Okay, I don't know what length that is. I'll measure it accurately enough. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now, This line should be 150 millimeters long. Okay, 150, and that's provided for us here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn around the set square, and starting at this point, I'm going to measure up along this vertical line 150 millimeters, which is up here near the top of the A4 page. So, up there, okay? So I know now that the distance of that vertical line from this point to that point is 150 millimeters. Alright? So let's just zoom out again. Okay. Now I have two sides of the rectangle, but I need four. So I'm missing this line here, and I'm missing that line there. Okay. Before I go any further, have a think about, and pause the video, can you complete the rectangle without using measurements? Alright, if you think you can do that, have a go at it yourselves. If not, just continue to watch the video. Okay, so to do that, I need a horizontal line up here now. And because I have this mark already, I just need to slide my T-square up until it aligns with that mark. And I can draw in a horizontal line with my 4H pencil. And once again, I'm not worried just yet about the length of it. I know it should be 240, but I'm not going to measure it this time, because I have this point down here. And if I just simply take my set square and draw a vertical line from that point, it completes the rectangle for me. Okay, so that's one of the ways of speeding up your drawings in technical graphics. Okay, so now I have an outline rectangle. It's nice and light. I do have lines that are kind of crisscrossing here, or running on a little bit, but I'm not worried about that yet, because I have used the light pencil, the 4H pencil, to draw those lines. They're called construction lines. So I'm going to heavy in the parts of these lines that I want to stand out at the end of the drawing. I'll do that later on. Okay, so next thing I need to do, so let's have a look back at our solution or our finished drawing. So I have a rectangle drawn. Now I need to draw in this horizontal line and that one. Okay, now here are the next measurements I need to use, or dimensions as we call them. So guys, the distance from here to here is 40 millimeters. And the distance from here to here is also 40 millimeters. Okay? So can you figure out what this distance should be in here? Alright, have a think about that yourselves. So 40 and 40. Alright, back to drawing again. 4H pencil, we're still using it. Take the set square. I'm going to measure from the bottom of the rectangle up a distance of 40 millimeters, and I'm marking it off here. Now, I just want to spend a couple of minutes here talking about this. So guys, when you're measuring up 40 millimeters along a line, it's always best practice to mark off the 40 millimeters or whatever dimension you need on the line itself. Okay? So guys, you know, don't do this. Don't mark it out here somewhere, because that can lead to problems later on. Right? Something else I want to say to you is, if you're marking off 40 millimeters, don't do this either. Because if you put a mark like that, you don't know whether this end of the line is 40 or whether that end of the line is 40 when your set square is gone. Okay? So it's always best if you, number one, mark on the line along which you're measuring, and if you extend the little black line on your set square like that, it's easier to be more accurate. Okay, so try and get into the habit of using that technique when marking those dimensions. Okay, alright, we'll leave that there for later. Okay, so that's up 40 millimeters, and go to the top of the page now. Measuring from the top down 40 millimeters. Like that. Okay, so let's zoom out, see what we have now. So we have our outline rectangle drawn. I've measured up 40 here and 40 there. Okay, these are two horizontal lines, so I'm just going to use my T-square now to draw a horizontal line from the left-hand side of the rectangle over to the right-hand side of the rectangle. I'm going to do the same up here. Now this time, I know exactly where the line needs to start and where it needs to end, so I shouldn't be crossing any lines now. Okay, so I still have one more line to draw. Guys, that's this vertical line here. Okay. Now, looking at this drawing, it looks to me to be symmetrical, meaning the left-hand side is a mirror image of the right-hand side. So this line is in the dead center of this horizontal line. So 240 divided by 2 gives me 120. So if I take my set square, I'm going to measure from left to right, and I'm going to measure along this horizontal line a distance of 120 millimeters. Put a little mark there. And I can double check to make sure that leaves me with 120 on this side, and it does. Okay, so I have one line to draw in here. Now before I draw this line, at this stage I'm going to switch pencils, and I'm going to use my 2B pencil. Okay, again, so if you don't have your pencils, you know, you should just use whatever pencil you have, but don't even lean on it at all, or lean very lightly for these light lines, and anything lean heavier for the dark lines. But having the correct pencils at your disposal really makes it easier to complete these drawings. Okay, so I've switched pencils, and because I know that this is a finished line type here, I'm just going to use the 2B pencil to draw that in. Okay, so very carefully, T-square and set square for vertical lines. And I'm going to draw in that line here with 2B pencil. Okay, and you can see that it's nice and dark. It's a heavy line type, and makes it hard to finish drawing. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just head in all these lines around the perimeter. I'm going to make sure that I don't crisscross lines where I don't need to. So I should have nice, neat 90-degree corners here. Alright, so starting with this bottom line, I'm going to draw over the line I've drawn already, and I'm going to make sure I stop at this point now exactly. Okay, heavy line, and heavy line on top here also. Like that. Okay, heavy vertical line, left and right. And I'm being very careful. They start exactly at this point and they finish exactly at this point down here. Alright? Heavy line. Now you can see that I have two more lines left here. I'm going to heavy in this one and this one. And that finishes the outline of our Tommy Hilfiger logo. Okay, and that's it done. So guys, that's the finished logo. Some students ask me, is this line from here to here supposed to be light or heavy? And the answer is, it's up to you. Okay, you can leave it heavy, like I've done in this one, or you can leave it light. And the last thing I want you to do, guys, is I want you to shade it in. Tommy Hilfiger, of course, blue, blue, white and red. So shade it in. And guys, can I ask you please to use colouring pencils as opposed to markers, because markers kind of take from the drawing itself. When you're shading, I would like you to shade nice and light. Okay, you don't have to lean really heavy on your colouring pencils, because you'll only be pairing them very often, and it's a lot more work. So guys, you know, colour pencil down nice and flat like that, shading in nice and light. It shouldn't take too long. And make sure you don't shade in over your pencil work, because that's what I want to see from the finished logo, is nice, neat pencil work. Okay? So once again, there's the logo, complete with a page border, title block's name, and a date. All you've left to do now is shade it in. Okay? So have a go at that. On the page you completed yesterday, and I'll talk to you again soon.